Thank you for tuning in again to another day in the kitchen at Don't Bother Me, I'm Cooking. Don't bother me, I'm eating. Just don't bother me. So what we have here is a breakfast omelet. And what you see right there is I have some pork sausage, spicy pork sausage. Go ahead and make a couple of little meatballs. Yes, I'm gonna have a nice hearty omelet. I'm a big boy. I like to eat, man. As you know, I like my black pepper bacon. Go ahead and get that cooking at one time. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up my bell peppers, my red onions, as well as some sweet peppers. Go ahead and get those cut into sizes that you would like to bite, what you would like to see on your omelet. In a separate pan, I'm gonna go ahead and melt down some butter, throw in some diced ham. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and add my bell pepper. This is on low. After that, I'm gonna add my sweet peppers, and then I'm gonna add my onions after about 5 minutes of cooking. I actually wanna still keep the crunch factor as I saute, but I don't wanna, I don't wanna make it too soft. So my red onions have to go in a little later. But as you see, I'm gonna go ahead and get this added. I'm somebody who likes the colors. While that's sauteing on the side, what you want to go ahead and do is get you some green onions. I have a tomato. I also have me some cilantro, and I'm gonna have me some jalapeños and some spicy banana peppers as well. Go ahead and chop up that. The tomatoes and cilantro and the green onions are for after the omelet is done. So you take about 3 eggs, go ahead and add a tablespoon of water. The water is actually gonna make your omelet fluffy. So if you like your omelet, if you want it to be fluffier, add more than a tablespoon. I actually added half a tablespoon for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and melt down my butter. Now the egg mixture, yes, I season my eggs to my liking. Go ahead and you're gonna drop that in the pan on like medium or low heat. And as you're looking at that, what I'm doing is I'm pushing it to the side and I'm allowing the yolk, like I'm pulling it to the middle and I'm allowing the yolk to bleed off onto the sides like that so that I can get it all cooked on the bottom. Now the trick about this is you want to keep it flat and keep it cooking until the point where you have no more yolk running off the sides. Now that one little area where I broke, I'm gonna pay the cost for that. I know that. But in the process of making this, man, I can't complain. So you want to take half your omelet, put that cheese on there. Once you get that cheese on there, I'm gonna go ahead and grab those peppers and everything I had sauteed up. Now the reason you see it split in two, because there's gonna be 2 separate omelets here. Now in the video, you will actually see me make both omelets. One's for me, one's for my mother. She doesn't like as much as I like. But after let me get back to the omelet. After I get the vegetables on there, I go ahead and I put my meat on there. And I throw some more cheese. I don't advise that you throw your hand in the pan like that, especially if you're a beginner with the cooking. Don't burn yourself. But for me, I'm kind of comfortable with it. You see that little space right there? See, I knew I was gonna pay the cost. That's where my egg broke up at earlier. But go ahead, flip that over one time. I'm gonna put cheese there so it starts melting. And I actually put the green onions and stuff as I started doing it here because I was recording. But the truth about it, it's a little easier if you do that when you plate it. So this is omelet number 2. I think I make a mistake on this one as well. I'm gonna break a side, but being creative, going with the flow, I go ahead and I fix my own issue. Continuing to bleed off to the sides to make sure that my yolk's not running. You can see that my egg is getting pretty fluffy. If I wanted it fluffier, I can go ahead and add more water. If I wanted it thicker and wanted it to be a little heartier, I could have added more eggs. Go ahead, I'm gonna drop my cheese on here. Cheese is to everybody's liking. I don't know everybody's preference. That's a Kobe Jack that I have right there. Go ahead and drop my vegetables, my vegetables, my bacon, my sausage, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop some triple pepper jack cheese on there. And see, I'm messing this one all up. But don't trip. Chef, don't bother me, is gonna figure it out one way or another. Just keep watching the video. So, like I was saying, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna let that cook on one side for a minute. As that's cooking, move it around to make sure everything's heating. It's still on like a medium-low heat. I actually flipped it over, even though it was messed up. What I want to do is get that cheese to melt in, as well as that piece of egg that you saw me throw over that baked part, flip it back over. This is the side that I'm gonna top, just because it looks a little sloppier. Here goes my banana peppers, my jalapenos. Yes, this is for me. The other one's for my mother. The last of my vegetables, because I'm not letting anything go to waste after I spent time cutting it up. Go ahead, cover that with some cheese. Then I'm gonna get ready to slide this one on the plate. That's that good old triple pepper jack cheese. I'm gonna slide it on the plate. After it gets slid on the plate, I'm gonna go ahead and top it with the green onions, the cilantro, and some more bacon, the tomatoes. That's my mother's omelet, the way it came out. Yes, that's the cheese. And there goes mine. Yeah, the big boy likes the tomatoes. I like the full works, man. I gotta eat. Like I said, any grown man over 6 feet shouldn't be under 200 pounds. Don't bother me, that's just a rule of life. Here goes some pictures of the final products. 2 different omelets made with the same ingredients.